Hey, my elevators. This is Elle Beecham, owner, founder, creator of the Elevate Movement, which is a naturopathic approach to mental health. Within the last, I guess you can say 3 months, I've really had like a few trying situations surrounding communication. And I've always thought that I was this really effective and efficient communicator. Well, I've had about 3 people that were very close to me, that I feel like, are very dear to me. We had like some hiccups and I just don't like it. And if you know anything about a Virgo, we are perfectionists. We are perfect imperfections. We want to talk about things. We want to, have a resolution and a resolve. We want to be clear. We want to be on the same page when, we don't see eye to eye with the people. It doesn't even have to be our person, but when we don't see eye to eye and you don't understand us or we can't get our point across, like it just causes contention with us, within us. So communication is very important. So to say that I have had these experiences has been more than a notion for me, and it has definitely caused me to take a step back and to look at myself. So I believe that for me to get the lesson and for me to see and hear and all of that, my lessons typically come in threes. So I'll see it the first time and I'll kind of be like, that was weird. Then the second time I go through it, I'm like, dang, like I just went through that, so let me see what I missed. Then the third time I'm like, okay, look, enough is enough. Flag on the play. I've had enough. But what these miscommunications have shown me about myself and that has taught me about myself is that I need to understand that there's some importance to listening to hear and hearing from my heart. I need to be able to hear what the other person is saying. Sometimes it's not even what they say, it's what they're not saying. And in these arguments or disagreements that I've had with these people that I love recently, I realized that I'm trying to get them to arrive at a place or understand something that they just don't understand, agree with, see it that way, or whatever. So here I come, I'm trying to get them to at least see or understand my perspective, right? And I had to ask myself, like, is that the purpose in communication? For them to side with me, to understand where I'm coming from and all of that? And the answer is no, right? They don't have to understand everything I'm saying or even agree. But I just think at some point when you mature in communication, there is a such thing as agreeing to disagree. But doing it tactfully, conducting yourself like an adult. The other part, like I said, is listening with your heart so that you can hear the other person and understand them. But more importantly, the things that they are not saying. So if you are able to decipher, yeah, this is what you're saying, but what you really mean is da 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 da. For example, if you have someone that may come to you just out of the blue and they're like, I don't like the way you do X, Y, and Z, and I don't like this and I don't like that. If that's something that you have been doing and then all of a sudden like it's a problem or an issue or something like that, the first thing I would think about is, where is this coming from? And I've been doing it, so why today is it an issue? Are you having a bad day? Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Is this something I should really concern myself with? Should I just tune it out? Like, what is this? Sometimes, we are conditioned by our environment and our experiences to adopt certain behaviors. It teaches us this fight or flight type of behavior or mannerism. And we rarely take the time to ask ourselves, like, where did I get this from? And why am I doing this? And why am I treating this person this way? And they weren't the ones that caused me the pain, or They didn't put, that trauma there. They didn't put that mark there on my heart. They didn't put that stain, in my memory. They didn't take my voice away when they did X, Y, and Z. They didn't, cause pain to my wound or to my heart, by this experience. But sometimes we pay the price for somebody else when we start dating people. And that's what I'm learning. I'm learning that people are only able to communicate with me. What am I trying to say? I understand that people are only able to communicate, to be, lovers, to be friends, to the depth of their best relationship. So if I had one good relationship and that's the only thing that I have to compare my goodness to, all I have is that one. If I had one good friendship and I'm like, man, if I ever get me another friend like Tony, if I ever get me another friend like Anisha, if I ever get me another friend like Katura, if I ever get me another friend, like Hummingbird, if I ever get me another friend like Jason, if I ever get another friend like these people, but I only have them to compare it to. So we have to start replacing our negative experiences with positive experiences, and then the negative trauma goes away, or the negative connotation that we have associated with whatever goes away. It's not until we do some replacing that the psyche, the mind, and the body starts to catch up, and it starts to act in tandem. They react and act together. When you are able to move and dance at the same beat of your heart, your mind, and your body, that's when things are synchronized, if that makes sense. But miscommunication really does something to me, and I have been kind of going through some things the last, couple of months or whatever, from having disagreements, misunderstandings, with people that I love, like people that I truly love. And I have to ask myself, like, is this worth me throwing them away? Do I want to go back and pick them up? Is it worth me picking them up? And if I'm honest, like, the answer is yes. When you find people that love you and you love them, and there's some reciprocity, in you all's dynamic and relationship or whatever, I believe, that it's worth picking up the pieces. So I've really had to look at myself and ask, the universe, like, why am I experiencing these bouts in communication? And what I gathered is I really need to learn how to actively listen with my heart. I need to pay attention to the things that they aren't saying, like a simple "I miss you," not a "why you didn't call me." Well, really what you're saying is you missed me, you wanted me to call you, and yeah, that's the real thing, right? But I'm the type of person, being a Virgo, I will be like, why you just didn't say you miss me? When I already know what they're not saying, but a Virgo wants to bring it to your attention. Come on, Virgo, we don't have to do that. And you smart. You smart than a mug. You don't have to bring it to their attention. But the Virgo in me be like, keeping records, receipts. I want you to know I'm smart. I want you to know I'm a scholar. Come on now. So I'm really going through all of this because I don't have to showcase that I'm smart, right? I don't have to showcase that I'm a nerd. I don't have to showcase that I know all of these things, or, that I've caught you in this, or I don't have to do that. I'm at a place and a stage now where I feel like I said, this has happened in threes. And when things happen in threes for me, I got to start paying attention. So I just wanted to share that with you. Listen with your heart. Listen to what people aren't saying. Learn to read between the lines and pick your battles. Like, ask yourself, is this a battle that I want to pick? Do I have to let this person know that I'm smart? No, I'm just playing. Do I have to let them know that, you made a mistake? Do I have to let them know that, you know, that's not what you said earlier. Now you're saying this, but you said this earlier. Like, no, is it really worth it? Absolutely not. So, yes, I've been going through some things with people, you know, regarding communication, but it's all love. It's all good. I'm learning, I'm growing, and it just feels good to be in this place or whatever. So, until my next video, elevators, I definitely will be checking in with you, and I am signing off.